Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have two topics that I want to talk about. One was an article that was published about BTS within the last month or so, and this was by Teen Vogue. And it talks about BTS armies need to check kind of anti-blackness. And I definitely wanted to talk about this and kind of give my opinions on it. I think it's very important to have an open discussion on what happens in the fandom and what people talk about and all that stuff, especially concerning black people. And I do realize some armies are going to have some hate towards me for even bringing this up. This is something I still believe is important to talk about, and I will talk about it. We also have BTS's label, whether that's BigHit or Columbia Records, being a little attacked for something that they did recently. We will end with that because that is kind of a funny, more lighter tea. So if you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first, leave your hate comment, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's get into it. Now, I am fully aware, just for bringing up this topic, this video is going to get screenshotted with just the title and just the thumbnail, and it's going to be spread on Twitter, and people are going to come here and attack me without even watching the video. And you know what? That's okay, because at the end of the day, it's bringing awareness to this video, and the topic that I am talking about is very important. If there anyone who comes here who's actually watching this video, or at least watching up to this point, and you know, these other people who are leaving hate comments will be a clown. Thanks for the engagement, it helps. But anyway, enough of my disclaimer. I want to get into this. There was an article posted by Teen Vogue. Now, this article was posted a little bit after the August D kind of scandal that he was facing. I think it's kind of important to unravel some of these things and how we treat each other inside the fandom, because this reflects the fandom and this also reflects BTS too. If you're not familiar with this, a song that was released of August D had featured or remixed kind of a speech by a serial killer named Jim Jones. He was someone who was not only considered racist, but a mass murderer. Just the worst things humans can be. That's what he was. So obviously when some songs were released, there was some backlash that was going on. So much so that obviously BigHit had to come out and say something. They did come out and put out a statement that they were sorry and that there was kind of an issue with their inspection process. I personally can't expect Suga to know what exactly was going on or what that speech meant because he does not speak English, neither would he be aware of more American culture. I would imagine BigHit's team had a very similar scenario and they're not really too familiar with American culture and they just took the speech. That is just my theory on that. But very soon after, they did go ahead and take the original song down, remove the remix and remove the speech, and then reposted the song. I just want to be clear that the apology that BigHit released is not an apology for me to accept. Neither is it for armies who aren't affected by this. For example, if you're a black army, this apology is for you, and that is your decision whether you choose to accept it or not. And if you decide that you can't continue to stand, or if you do continue to want to stand, that is completely up to you. I don't remember seeing a lot of issues on Twitter. I remember seeing a lot of armies that were extremely confused, that were willing to give kind of Suga and BigHit a moment to kind of explain what happened, but I definitely didn't see too much arguments happening within the fandom, especially with other black people. Now, maybe I just didn't look careful enough. Apparently, the conversation went way past just the speech, but what it means to uplift black people and give them a moment to kind of speak and make them feel included and safe. It sparked a debate about remaining true to marginalized people like black people. Some armies apparently went as far as, if you have any critique or anything you had to say about August D or Suga, you are not a true fan at all. In fact, then you would be labeled as a hater. I do see this scenario happen often with a lot of the videos that I make, which is why those people often encourage people to attack my videos without ever watching them. Then you had armies who were kind of blindly reporting the tweets that were even debating this and even having this conversation. And usually those people were, of course, black people. Now, there are definitely people who were tweeting and saying bad things just to ruin BTS's reputation, of course, just so their faves can get more ahead. However, according to this article, there were a lot of people who wanted actual answers, who wanted an actual debate and a conversation, and they felt like they were being grouped into this category of being a hater, and therefore their feelings were then silenced and unheard. Armies telling other people that they shouldn't feel this way, they should feel that way. Therefore, even after the apology was issued, a lot of these accounts were then harassed for needing to accept the apology or admit that they had thrown Suga under the bus. Now, I'm not sure if this was going on. Again, this is referencing the article, but if this was something that was happening, this is definitely not okay. We as a community cannot just jump on someone for having an opinion or a thought. If they were clearly a BTS fan before, i.e. their profile pictures of BTS, they have tweeted about BTS before, they have anything on their profile that symbolizes the fact that they are a BTS fan. If they then tweet out a concern or anything like that, then it is simply a concern, and it should be taken as a concern and not a threat to BTS. The toxic armies are just so quick to hit the report button, which that's not what it's meant for. Especially if you have to go to the report option and then sit there and be like, which option does this fit under? And it fits on none of them, because the only times you can actually report something and it have a clear option for it is if the thing you are reporting them for is illegal or really offensive. When you see people being like, oh, I'm going to report this, you have to know that this is dumb. Anyone who sees someone say that should be furious, because you're wasting Twitter employees' time. They have to sit there and go through all of the things that are reported. Everything that's reported has to go through people manually. There are actual posts on social media where animals are being killed, people are being attacked. There's really graphic things that are online, and when you then report things that are not graphic and that are not bad, the Twitter employees could then be removing content that is really, really harmful and really, really disturbing. Instead, they're looking at dumb Twitter drama. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is if this person is an obvious army, again, like they have pictures and all that stuff, them bringing a concern is them genuinely being hurt by it. That is hard, I want to remind you. It is not easy to be a fan of someone you look up to, and then sit there and really question what is actually happening and what's going on. If they are actually doing that, then that means they are hurt and they should be listened to. If I had seen some of these tweets before, I definitely would have felt like this was something that I needed to talk about, but definitely tell me how you feel about that. So I am glad this was talked about. Another tweet that was made recently was about BTS's new album, which by the way will be released in August 21st. I feel like it's a good day, and BTS definitely has many days in between there to kind of sit there and promote the album, get people a little hype for it. We're already so hyped for it. They pushed this kind of little bit of a teaser on social media, sort of. This was on the Columbia Records Twitter account. This was kind of what everyone was excited about, and they were expecting something really awesome from this. Maybe a teaser, maybe a song title, something like that. I think a lot of us were definitely hoping for a music video teaser. There's a lot of stuff that BigHit or Columbia Records could have released, and it would have been good. Us armies would have been happy. I think what they did end up releasing was not good. Will not make us happy. They posted this here, a streaming party. Mind you, a lot of armies know this already. Like, it's not even really a streaming party. It's just follow them on social media, which all of us are. Like, dude, this was supposed to be an update, not follow them here to get more updates. What? Needless to say, a lot of armies were disappointed. So much so that That's It trended on Twitter with over 1 million tweets, and Where Is It trended on Twitter with almost 300,000 tweets. I would have personally tweeted That's It, Where Is It, just so I can hit both those hashtags. One person on the tweetster, they said this: no way did I just get nervous for this. Oh baby boo, you did. Like, literally armies were on the edge of their seat just to be asked to follow them, which we all are already. The ones that are on social media and following them on social media that were waiting for the countdown are probably following them everywhere else. I mean, they could have put out a concept photo. Like, let's say just put out Jungkook concept photo, and then we would all be so happy. Just armies would just shut up. I read that other people had theories about kind of what the announcements were going to be about, since the initial countdown photo was a little color coded. An army had a theory and they wrote this: red, Spotify; blue, Instagram; pink, Twitter; green, TikTok; purple, Facebook; dark green, yellow, YouTube. I would just die if this was the case. First of all, what? Like, if this turned out to be true, the whole countdown is just to make sure you follow them everywhere, that could be done in just one tweet. Like, follow us here. You don't need that many, just say it once, and armies will do it. I really hope the next one will be at least a concept photo or something. Or like, I would really appreciate a name or like a title. And if you don't want to give like the full name, you can do what Blackpink did, sort of, and just release the initials. I mean, it was kind of leaked for Blackpink, it wasn't officially released. However, BTS could actually release that. It would be dope. It would also be very cool to see Taehyung's hair. So let's do that. Hopefully, if they were planning on releasing a bunch of follow us on social media kind of posts, they would see the reaction that us armies are giving right now, and they would decide, okay, we're gonna release something different. Another person on Twitter wrote this: hashtag first countdown, army, 3, 2, 1. It's 12 KST. It's a photo, a teaser, a new song, anything for a comeback. What is it? BigHit. Join BTS on Spotify. Army. Where is it? BigHit. This. Army. I totally agree. Looking like a full-blown wow. We're looking for like a teaser, and then we just see like, what? Although to be fair to BigHit and Columbia Records, they said it was a countdown. They didn't say it was a teaser. They didn't say they would necessarily be releasing anything like that. So I guess they didn't quite break their word. It was just us assuming that we wanted more. But still, I want more. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for your comments. As always, I do have a Patreon. If you want to go over to my Patreon and check that out, anything you contribute over there really does help kind of give back to this channel, really help me kind of keep going and all that stuff. So I really do hope you go ahead and check that out. You get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things and all that stuff over there, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. Link in the top description down below. You can also support this channel by making sure you watch all the videos all the way to the end. So of course, if you're watching it up to here, then that means a lot to me, and your support really helps as well. With that said, there are 2 videos that will appear on the screen at the end of the video, so make sure you click on one of those. See you over there. Bye.